welcome to another edition of the Cultivated Culture. This is the pregame edition. This is Coach Austin. Coach Greg is back behind me. Say, what's up, Coach Greg? Say, what's up, Coach Greg? Ayo! It's a rainy Friday afternoon. We have got River Ridge High School up in Pasco County today. It's been an interesting week. We did not get a chance to play last week because King High School could not field a team, although they're going to have a season. They just were not prepared for this past week with us. So we had a bye week, and ironically, we have a bye week next week also. So this will be our second game in 4 weeks. It's kind of been an odd start to the season. We are currently here in the science department. I know you're going, why are we not on Zoom? Because this is Coach Greg's domain. His office is there behind me. His thinking room is right here. Coach Greg, you good? Hey, Coach Greg, you good? We have just finished our pregame meal. And this is a pregame ritual of ours as well, although my tummy is in good shape today. Coach Greg will be joining us momentarily. This week's been odd. There's a lot of things that we've had to deal with. Our running back this week, our starting running back, hurt his ankle, so we're trying to start gearing up some of these young guys to play. In fact, Coach Greg's son Gregory, who we had, I think it was the third show maybe. He has come back over and started running for us at running back. So we hope Manny is able to carry the load tonight. We do have a couple of the young guys, John and Cordell, but you know, as it would be for a freshman and a sophomore, this is part of the tough spot of being a coach, is teaching the young guys, you know, just how life works, how the ropes work, because it's not all about just carrying the football and letting your athletic ability take over, because everyone's got athletic ability at this stage. It's about doing the little things. Watching film is one of them. That's kind of what we wanted to discuss, is watching film. We had a difficult time because in the running back room, we only have 3 guys and only 1 guy's watching film. So for you young guys out there, one way to get more playing time is to make sure that you're taking the mental reps, making sure that you understand. And we're done. Making sure we take the mental reps, making sure you understand and see the film is a great tool to learn what you did right, to learn what you did wrong, to adjust and fix some of those mistakes.
Okay.
Hey!
What a mess it is in there. There's a sewage outbreak.
Oh, I can smell it.
Hey,
but
friends.
Pull up a chair. We're just discussing our running back situation, and as a coach, right? The thought process. Good luck. The thought process is, right? We had one. How many of our running backs actually watched film today, or this week?
Well, it's a process, right? Can always do better, but we just gotta try and teach the guys the importance of film and just grinding it out, learning the different reads, learning your opponents. Knowing the guys' numbers that are going to be your blitz threats and where they're blitzing from and what gaps they're filling in certain formations. And so it's just a lot of stuff to cover, and it's something we got to get better at as a whole.
Let's be honest. Those guys watched zero film.
Not as much as they should.
That's zero.
Not as much as they should.
But, again, this is part of coaching.
It's a growing process.
The hardest part of coaching, right, is to take guys who already have a lot of athletic ability, guys who already have a lot of skill and have already had a lot of success, and sharpen them even more to to succeed at this next level. And watching film is super, super important because it never lies, but it also gives you visual tool to research, to be able to look and see, what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong. So.
And it's also important for young guys out there, and we talk to our players about this all the time, is the team watches film together a lot. So you're seeing a lot of film already, but you're practicing a lot, you're lifting a lot, you're watching film, and it's kind of the culture shock when you get to college too, right? Is everything you did in high school, now it's ramped up another 3 times, and it's a lot early on, and the guys always get there, but it's a learning curve, and you realize quickly, like, oh, I have to do a little more on my own, and I have to check this, and that's how you get ahead, is just doing the extra stuff. And everyone gets there. Not everyone gets there, but the guys that really excel are the ones that pick that stuff up early.
Yeah, and
we got a heck of a room. We got some great players, and it's just it's a process.
They're going to be good. I think again the hardest part is now we're just teaching them all these little details that they never had to lean on. And the other one was accountability. We had an accountability lesson this week too, where we with our underclassmen, they don't drive. They rely on mom and dad to take them to practice. And since we've been at Steinbrenner, it's always been after school. And only this season we actually shifted it to 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. practices. So it's a huge.
It's been awesome though.
I love it.
Yeah, it's great.
I mean, to be honest, I don't remember a season where we've actually practiced and not had to stop because of lightning, stop because of weather. Like, we actually have had over 20 practices before we actually had our first rain or lightning delay.
And it's even for a guy like me who does not sleep a whole lot. It's been my routine since college. I don't rest a whole lot. My mind's always going, but it's been an adjustment. But it's something the kids have really tackled, and they've been great about. And when Coach Perez announced it, like, hey, I think we're going to go to mornings only because of all the issues we've had in the afternoons, the players cheered. They were pumped.
Yeah.
That was cool.
But also, we're human. And so in learning those processes, in just life in general, you're not always going to make it on time. You might actually sleep in, and you might miss a practice, and guess what? That's okay. The lesson we had to teach our backs this week was that if you're not going to be there, or if you're going to be late, the accountability isn't just to yourself, it's to your room. So for us as our position group, and not only to our position group, but to the whole offense and to the whole team. So something simple, a small detail that we had to teach this year or this week was we have each other's numbers. We give our kids our numbers so that they know if something goes wrong, if they need help, if they have a question, reach out, because that's what we are here for. And I think, there's one of our running backs did not do it. He just showed up, and then he got upset because he didn't get any reps during practice. But when I confronted him about the situation and said, hey, you have our numbers, yes or no? Yes. Who did you message, yes or no? Or him or I or any of your teammates? Crickets. And it's tough because the kid really wants to play, but the attention to those little details equates to a large bit of trust from his teammates, from us as coaches, and that it's a tough lesson. It's a lesson that he'll never forget. Likewise, our running back room that's not watching film, but this week has been an odd week because of the timing. We have 2 bye weeks. Bye week last week. Because I mentioned it earlier about King, a bye week, actual scheduled bye week this next week, but it's pouring outside now. Now we're in Florida.
Battle.
Yeah.
Battle the elements, man. This
is going to be an interesting game. But it's going to be a good game. I mean, the boys have been waiting to get here. We played 2 weeks ago now against Parish Community High School, and it didn't go the way we wanted it to. Our camp was much better than the live bullets, but at the same time, always opportunities to learn, always opportunities to get better.
And I'll say this is, and I'd love to hear your take, but this is one of the running back rooms, probably the more exciting running back rooms for me to coach that we have ever had. Just because, and that's with or without Gregory in there, we've got 3 guys who are kind of newer to us. Like, we haven't gotten to work with them a whole lot, and just seeing their development from day one to where they are now, and we still have a long way to go with them, but they are night and day different backs. And while our younger dudes may not fully be ready to take on full responsibility just yet and full carries just yet, they have come so far, and I'm real excited to see where they develop.
Yeah. I'm excited for Gregory. I mean, he was a deer in headlights last year. Only in the second week of camp, he has actually come full circle. I mean, the kid is he is understanding leverage. He's understanding his weight. He's coming at full speed as a linebacker.
And last year, he's like, I believe that's Mr. Gilmore's jacket.
But last year, as a running back for us, he was in the learning process that John and Cordell are in now. And even having been away from us, his football IQ has grown so much that this week he's taken reps because, you know, our starting running back, Manny, is recovering from an ankle injury. And Gregory looks phenomenal. I mean, he's gonna get carries tonight.
It's gonna be fun.
He's exciting to watch. Speaking of, who else do you think is you know, guys that we need to watch out for tonight? Who do you think is gonna pop out tonight?
Ooh, I'm real excited to see real game reps from the starting spot for the first time for Memphis Garcia. Yep. He obviously played in the preseason and all that, but it's go time now, real lights. We're returning a really good receiver core and added some awesome pieces to it this offseason. Yep. But Brennan Lowe, I always love watching Brennan go, man. He's someone you watch get on the field, and in the past, he hasn't looked like a go-to number 1 receiver, but he always is right where he's supposed to be. Yeah. He does everything he's supposed to be. He works hard. And now he added some good mass this offseason. Yeah. And he's filled out quite a bit. So now you're bringing all that skill work and now adding a great attitude on the field and a competitive attitude where he's not afraid to step up and get in someone's face. Yep. He's not afraid to go make a play and just kind of smile and laugh at the DB respectfully. And it's going to be fun. I'm excited. And always got to give love to our O-line because they've been putting on the work, man. That's what
I was gonna say. I mean, the guys I've watched the most, Newman in the fall has been phenomenal. And he's probably the anchor for us at the O-line right now at left tackle. But next to him at left guard is Chris. Boy, he's that left side of our offensive line is scary. Is stout, and those dudes are dogs. It's exciting to see how they're doing.
And for the first time in Steinbrenner history, outside of the first year where everyone came back because there were no seniors, our entire secondary has returned from last season.
Oh yeah, those guys, and they're all athletes. Yeah. Between Kelton and Quentin at the corners, and Kaysen at the back. You know, that is no fly zone. I think that's what the kids call it, no fly zone. We have about 3 minutes. We're good. Listen, he's looking at his phone because he's like, we're not going to be able to put an episode in. Listen, this is how it started, people. This is it. This is where
back to our roots.
And we got all fancy, got all zoomy, but we're going back to the grit, the grind. Tell us, Coach Greg, this is where you're at. This is where you reside. This is where your office is. This is where all the magic happens at school. Tell us, how's school today?
Every day is great, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's a blessing to be able to come here and work every day.
Yeah.
To go to a job where I get to, it's not really a job because I get to help mold young kids into their best selves or help them. Like every kid comes in, not every kid, but a lot of kids come in with these just crazy problems each day that to us are just so insignificant because we've been through life and we understand it. But to them, it's like their whole world's melting. And to be able just to say something small just to help them readjust and be like, listen, it's as easy as this. It's like, don't let somebody who you wouldn't take advice from control your attitude for the day.
Ooh.
Right?
Love that. Love that. That's
and then
my
it's
boy.
like, boom,
Yeah.
weight off the shoulders. And
Yep.
to be able to do that in school and then, teach and have fun and just like make science exciting or boring depending on the day. Sometimes that happens. And then be able to go out tonight and now get to coach with my best friends and get to coach with my actual sons and my school sons and football sons. It's exciting.
Listen,
it's exciting times.
We gotta go. It's time for meetings. It's time for special teams meetings.
River Rams, we coming!
Here we come,
Let's
boy.
go, baby.
Hey, go Warriors.
Thumbs
we love
up.
you. We'll see you next time.
All right.
Yeah.